Hello ladies and gentlemen, and welcome to paradise. Because in this video I'm looking at the Fearless Audio Shangri-la. Let's get it. What's cracking audio fans? It's David here from Prime Audio Reviews. So the Fearless Audio Shangri-la, this is the top of the line model in the Fearless Audio Colourful World series. You may be familiar with the Fearless Barcelona and the Provence here, which are both priced lower. So once again, we have a rather large box. Personally, I would like to see a box about half the size, considering what you get inside, which is the earphones, this faux leather carrying case, and 4 pairs of silicone ear tips. Of course, you do also get a cable, but sadly, it's the same one that we saw with the Provence. And if you saw that video, you might have seen the hammer, and I was tempted to bring the hammer out again because this cable with those angled connectors just do not work with my ears. So I was forced to use a cable of my own, which was this beauty here. And for those who are curious, this is the Hands Sound Audio Zen 2. This is the Zen 2, beautiful copper cable. So I was using that because, look, straight connectors. Hey, how hard is that? Come on. Anyway, all right, let's get back on track. Here is the Fearless Audio Shangri-la, and look, it is just beautiful. Look at that. Man, that sort of blood orange color or burnt orange color, just gorgeous. Beautiful clear resin or acrylic shells with that vivid green driver enclosure. They are just so lovely. I mean, they're pretty much the same in terms of shape. This is the Barcelona and this is the Provence. So yeah, they're all pretty much the same shell, but they managed to fit 5 drivers in here. Now the price of this is $228 US. And for that, you get 5 drivers, you get 1 dynamic driver and 4 balanced armatures. But just look, man, Fearless makes some of the greatest looking entry-level IEMs. Yes, entry-level, not quite budget, not quite mid-fi, or definitely not summit-fi, but yeah. So in terms of comfort, they are magnificent. I love these. I can wear them all day long. The passive noise isolation is insane. It's like minus 26 decibels. So these are perfect for live performance or a stage monitor. Very good for that. Excellent noise isolation. Basically, the Shangri-la builds on the qualities of the Barcelona and Provence IEMs, but adds treble elevation. It has extra treble elevation, and increasing the treble makes the Shangri-la more detailed and energetic than its siblings. Furthermore, due to that extra lift in the highs, the Shangri-la's bass is less accentuated, producing a more balanced and more high fidelity experience. So let's pop up the frequency response graph here, and there you go. You can see it's got a focus on the sub bass and a very smooth slope down from there into the mid-range, where it starts to lift again in the upper mid-range. Now, in terms of bass, the Shangri-la's bass follows the same pattern as the other 2 IEMs, with a focus on sub-bass extension followed by a milder mid-bass. The custom dynamic driver delivers ample impact with speed and authority. The sub-bass is powerful but composed and can produce a deep but light rumble. Mid-bass notes are less forward but are still punchy with good definition. It's not the most textured or gritty bass, instead it aims for clarity and control. So definitely not a bass head IEM. The mid-range is tuned for clarity and detail more than musicality, but that doesn't mean that the mid-range is sterile or analytical. It means that the mids are slightly leaner and have a leaner note size with fast transients and added transparency. Vocals are fairly upfront and articulate. Male and female voices have a fairly accurate tone with no added coloration. The mid-range clarity is good with no haze or muddiness, so very clear. The vocal presentation and instruments are neutral in note size, so they're not thick and warm or rich, and they're not thin and lean and anemic, but they're just neutral in note size, and they sound slightly thinner due to the lifted lower treble. And speaking of the treble, the Shangri-La has an elevated core treble which is focused around a 6 kHz peak. This adds clarity to the mix in addition to creating more precise imaging. Despite being forward in its presentation, the treble isn't bright, but it could use a little bit of added warmth for realism. It's an airy and articulate treble with excellent top end extension. Micro detail retrieval, however, is basically kind of average, and I think that's due to the 10 kHz dip. That dip is actually necessary to maintain a natural timbre and prevent the treble from being brittle and sizzling, because it is focused, it has that peak at 6 kHz. So if you peak there and lift 10 kHz as well, it's probably going to sound pretty shit. So they had to dip there. Anyway, it's an airy and articulate treble with good top end extension. So this is a treble that works better for certain genres of music, maybe classical, acoustic and jazz, more so than rock and metal music, because its forward nature can be fatiguing with certain types of music. Now for the Soundstage, thanks to the airy and elevated treble response, the Shangri-La has a fairly wide and spacious soundstage. The imaging is reasonably precise and instrument separation is a strong point. However, the focus on the treble sometimes hazes over mid-range harmonics, which hinders the overall resolution on more complex tracks. So despite being detailed due to that lifted treble, the overall resolution is kind of average. So to summarize, the Fearless Audio Shangri-La, you know what, at $228, it is a good IM. I will say that. It is absolutely beautiful. The build quality is exquisite. However, in terms of audio quality, yes, it does have good audio quality, but it's probably not going to suit as many people as something like the Provence, for example. I think this would probably be a better all-rounder or better daily driver because it's less fatiguing, it's a little bit smoother in the treble, and but it's just as resolving, perhaps not as detailed, but just as resolving. So that's probably a better daily driver. These ones, in the $200 range, we're dealing with the Moondrop Kato. I can't even think what else. But look, if you are a bit of a treble head and if you like a brighter, more energetic sound, then the Fearless Shangri-La might be for you. It is a good IM, but there's just so much very tough competition in that price range. So I'll leave it up to you to decide. Anyway, I'm going to wrap it up there. Thanks for watching. If you like this video, give it a thumbs up, Parfum audiophile style. I appreciate that. And if you are new to the channel and you want to see more videos like this, make sure you hit that subscribe button. And until next time, see you later.